All right. How's it going tonight, everyone? Welcome. So we got a whole bunch of stuff to do tonight. Um, we're gonna start. Well, I've got a bunch of stuff that's like queued up, half done, not whatever. We're just gonna try to get through as much as we can. Yes, it's me. Yeah, we got a little furball here sleeping too. Um, so one of the things that's kind of funny when we did the release 2 weeks ago, because it's already been 2 weeks. Well, no, maybe not 2 weeks. No, whatever. A little more than a week. Time's flying. Um. Oh yeah. So one of the funny things is I've been using Pidgin 3 for IRC for since June. So like I went to go update the topics to put in the stuff with the release announcement. Then I'm like, we didn't write this part yet. Like you cannot update a topic in Pidgin 3. Um. As I was looking at that, I was looking at some other stuff, blah blah blah, and I realized that we don't have any things to set the title and description of a chat either. That you don't need this for IRC. IRC just has a topic. Title and description are. It depends on the protocol, stuff like that. But yeah, how's it going? Barely usable. Welcome. But then while I was in here doing this, I also noticed that we didn't have an implements for set topic, and we also didn't have an implements for set avatar. So those are here now too. Well, in this pull request. But thank you for the 5 months. Barely usable. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so this does the protocol side of this, or whatever. It gives us the API for the protocol side of this. I realized all that when I had started the the libpurple interface for this, or to keep track of these variables on the conversation. And I was like, oh, I started trying to write the docs here. And like we didn't have, or I didn't have, I didn't have the methods to link to it. So yeah. Should check. This should say method and protocol conversation dot implements set avatar. Before making this action available to users. I was working on this when I was really tired the other night. I was like, I should go to bed, but I was like, I wanted to get some code done because I hadn't gotten much done. Because Monday night, no, I didn't stream Monday, right? I think I slept Monday. Like, I got home from work and I was just exhausted, right? I think that's right. Yeah, and I ended up having to sleep. Or yeah, that's what it was. So anyway, we're trying to catch up, right? So, all right. So now that's a little bit better, right? So now we can say, user interface should verify that implement set avatar returns true, right, before making this, whatever. So, probably should typically only be set by protocols and should be changed. The user's permissions and the conversation changes. User interfaces should check set avatar before making this action available to users. Yeah. All right, then we're gonna have the same thing for title editable. This is where some of this came from. Should check method at protocol conversation dot set title, or implement set title. Before making this action available to users. There you go. I think I had some time. I don't remember. What sort of job is your day job? Was it like? Yeah, so a while ago I realized trying to do development as a day job and then work on Pidgin when I got home is a great way to get burnt out and get confused and stuff. And I'm more than capable of doing DevOps stuff because I've been doing it for a long time, right? So primarily, like I do some coding in my day job, but most of it's DevOps stuff. Config management, sometimes writing scripts and little tools to make stuff happen, but it's mostly just keeping servers running, metrics, that kind of crap. So it's yep, that's what it is. I'm responsible for a lot of machines. We'll just put it that way. But we manage everything with salt. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Becomes description. You recently exited software dev after 20 years for InfoSec? Okay. Totally get the burnout? You've done it for years? Yeah. I mean, it's one thing when, like, you know, if you're just, you know, if you're not coming home and trying to work on a ginormous open source project, right? Whatever, right? If you're just, you know, but like, I don't do anything else. Like, I don't really play video games. Although, maybe depending on time and how things go, we might do this tonight. Because I noticed there's a new Lego catalog came out, and look what one of the models is here. Maybe it'd be easier to show it here. Oh, no, light sucks. But, so we're going to build the Pidgin out of this, and then I'm going to see what pieces I need and see if I can get them in pink and purple from Bricklink, if Bricklink is still around. And then we can actually get a real Pidgin Lego model. Years ago, I put these together. I don't know if people are familiar with Lego brickheads. Oh, these are dusty. That's how old they are. But I put these together, trying to come up with something. But they are, I mean, they work. They make sense, right? You can understand what they are, what they're supposed to be. But they're too fragile, and yeah, like, like look at the legs. The legs need lots of work. So yeah, but like, I'm not a Lego designer, but yeah. Actually, I might have a bunch of these pieces already. When I built those guys, I bought just all sorts of weird random pink, purple, and orange parts off of Bricklink. But yeah. You like the idea of doing a bit of a different thing as a day job from the hobby? Yeah, exactly. Not just different project. Yeah, exactly. That's it keeps me fresh, right? So like when I come to stream, I'm not just like, oh, I was so stuck on this bug today. It's more like, dude, I couldn't figure out what was wrong in the config here, blah blah, you know. And then you can just get to your code and it's fine. You still enjoy the hell out of writing code, but you're doing it for a job. I don't know. A lot of it depends on who you're working for, what you're doing, and stuff like that, right? Like, if you're writing software you don't like and you have to solve problems that suck, you're going to have a bad time. Right? And it's just like, yeah, why would I do this as a job? This is dumb. Right? That's one of the other reasons why I kind of like the op stuff, right? Op stuff is very... is transactional the right word? Not really transactional, but like when you're working on software for work, right? You're generally writing feature at a time in this big thing, whatever, right? Whereas op stuff, you're like, you do one thing here, you move on to something completely different. You do one small thing there, you move on to something completely different. It keeps things more what's the word? Fresh, I guess, right? Where it's like, all right, like, so with Pidgin here, right? Like, I don't get burnt out on Pidgin for whatever reason, but like, maybe it's just because there's so much variety in it and stuff. But it's much easier for me to just sit here and do, work on Pidgin than it is to like work on anything I've ever done in a job. Because like you just get tired of it, right? You're just like, so tired of this, and we never have time to go back and fix anything, so everything is just a hack on a hack on a hack on a hack. Whereas with Pidgin, we don't do that, right? We will rewrite it, do different stuff, make it work, right? Because we don't have shareholders, we don't have deadlines. It's, passion projects. No, we write HG Keeper here, not Mercurial Hub. If anything is Mercurial Hub, that would be what is it called? What is the actual name? Heptapod? I think it's Heptapod. Yeah. Um, Heptapod is, oh, they added Git support, or they left Git support in Enjoy. Heptapod is gross. It's GitLab, but they added Mercurial support by using HGGit. Or, sorry. Yeah, I think it's HGGit. It's, I mean, it's a means to an end, sure. It is not the way I would have went about it, which is why I wrote HGKeeper. I mean, it's not so much cheating. It's so I had this discussion with somebody on Mastodon the other day, and like, all right, number one thing I'm going to tell everybody here, but not that you need to hear it from me because I know you already know this. Don't go start touting opinions of yours to open source projects that are older than you. Like, somebody was trying to tell me how, oh, well, the use of Mercurial makes your project look old, especially since the lack of tooling and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look here, kid. Like, I literally wrote a new hosting tool for Mercurial when Bitbucket dropped Mercurial support. Do not even attempt to preach to me about lack of tools for Mercurial. Right? It's just like, and then like, what was the other thing? I don't remember what it was, but it's like they were just so off base and like trying to talk with authority, and it's just like, just stop. Right? Like, don't make shit up, and you are making shit up. It was ridiculous. How's it going, Linux Returned? Welcome, welcome. It's all public. You all can go find it. I'm not going to go dig it up. But it's just like, what are you even talking about, man? The funny part was then they ended up following me. I'm just like, okay, that was weird. Normally when I have to, I don't want to say be aggressive, but be assertive, people usually get very annoyed and run away. It's just like, I don't know. Why do we have this in such weird order? Yes, we are always working on Pidgin 3. Like, only every once in a very rare while do we work on something that is not directly related to Pidgin here. So right now, so I'll rehash. So when we did the release last Tuesday, which I can't believe that was just that long ago, or last Tuesday. I was trying to go into IRC because I've only used Pidgin 3 for IRC now. I've been doing that since June to try to work through bugs and stuff and figure out things that were missing and stuff like that. So I went to go update the topic to put in the release announcement into the topic of our IRC channels, and I'm like, oh, we didn't implement that yet. So, yeah, that's what we're trying to do now. All right. I guess we'll put it here. Purple conversation set. Title editable. Oh, we actually don't need this anymore. Editable. The new value. Sure. Sets whether or not a topic or a conversation title is editable. Sure. This will primarily, this should only be called by a protocol when a user's permissions change in the conversation. Available 3.0 void purple conversation set title editable. So one of the things we're trying to do that's a bit better, like in Pidgin 2, like you can just try to edit a topic anywhere, and it'll attempt to do it, and that's dumb because users get, users will think they're able to edit the topic, and then they try to send it, and then it airs out, and blah blah blah. It's just like, just don't let them, right? So we're getting a lot more specific about like permissions and API to say whether or not they can, so that we don't allow you to try to edit it when you can't, right? So yeah. Since Ubuntu Breezy Badger, I don't know when that was, but that's cool. Where's just the list of all of them? They don't even. Oh, yeah, they do not go back as far as they should. What did you say? You said Breezy Badger. That's got to be further back than they're showing here, which is silly. I don't know whether. Whatever. Ubuntu release list. No, I would just Wikipedia. I'm sorry, Wikipedia. Fucking tool. What did you say? You said Breezy Badger? Yeah. Okay, so that was 2005. Nice. So, you weren't a Pidgin user, you were a game user. Because we were still game back then. Thanks. I just found it. Yeah, so I didn't actually create game or Pidgin, but I have been involved with the project since 2003, but I took it over in 2016. But I was definitely there around that time and doing stuff. Marble conversation, get title editable. So, yeah, we don't need these values anymore. I'm pretty sure we don't. We'll double check. It's whether or not the conversation title is editable. Sure. Returns true if the user can edit the title. Otherwise false. So GNOME has some guidelines. We're not a GNOME project, but we're trying to follow their guidelines just so, because we have a lot of overlap, so we want our stuff to feel familiar, even though we're not a GNOME project. But they have some guidelines for documentation that we're trying to follow, and I'm not great on it yet, but we're getting there. Did we implement these at all yet? I don't think we did. Okay, then we've got. Oh, actually, it should probably be after generate titles public. Oh, I guess so. And yeah, thanks for using it and sticking around. You know, we're hopefully gonna get something. So we haven't exactly. So what we're trying to do with the experimental releases is we're trying to hold people back from jumping on it because it's not ready for people. Right? There's not enough time in the day for us. We don't have enough free time to make it usable yet, right? So, but we're trying to drip feed it out so people know, hey, we're still around, we're still working on stuff, right? I mean, even though I've been streaming here on Twitch for going on 8 years now, doing this a couple times a week, people don't see it, and that's okay, right? And can't get them all, right? Where's it going? Oh, right. But so we're trying to figure out. So we're gonna try to do bigger, like marquee releases every 3 months. So that's what experimental 1 was. That was the first one, right? And we're looking to do an experimental release every 3 months ish. But I don't know what exactly we're gonna put into experimental 2 yet. Right now we're just kind of trying to make IRC support better and get more stuff for it, while still trying to get some of the more low level stuffs in libpurple and Pidgin itself working. And then we'll start feeding in the other protocol stuff like that. Like the only reason we only support IRC right now is just because there's not enough time to write an entire another protocol from scratch. Like we're trying, but you know, it takes time. And we're slowly getting there. if conversation title editable was not equal to editable, conversation title editable equals editable, G object notify by pspec G object conversation properties prop title editable. But yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what our next protocol is going to be. Part of me wants it to be XMPP, but another part of me wants it to be Matrix. But I think Matrix is going to get kicked down the road a bit, but we'll see. That's kind of what I'm getting to. I mean, we've got to write all of them. So, like, is that more a question of like, which one do I want to write, or which ones are we going to write? Used a lot with IRC and with GTalk before it moved to Hangouts. You tried the Matrix plugin, but it was not the best. Yeah. Like the modern protocols is where we run into problems, right? We've got like reactions, replies, threads, that kind of stuff. Custom emoji, right? Pidgin 2 just does not handle that stuff well. And we've had to rebuild a lot of stuff in Pidgin 3 and Purple 3 to make that stuff possible. And the problem is when we did that, we basically had to throw everything else away and rewrite it. So it's taken time to get there, but yeah. You can try Telegram and Pidgin. There's 2 different Telegram plugins, so probably should be SS7 and Sigtran for voice. Are you gonna give me AP? Are you gonna give me API access or something to any of that stuff? Because I don't have any of that. I don't even know where to start with just straight Signal 7 stuff. Oh, actually, that reminds me. While you're here, SWK, so I ran across this. Or is it just MM? What the fuck is it? I'm doing search. I'm doing show not search. Oh my god. Oh, it's TNG. Are you familiar with this at all? There's libss7 on it? Really? Alright, but like, how do I like start sending out signals or not messages and shit and actually have stuff like work and stuff? So apparently this is supposed to be an MMSD or an MMS daemon that you just like hook up to Modem Manager and shit. And I'm wondering if it would make sense to support this or not, although I really want us to get an RCS plugin at some point, but yeah. The best of 7 is hot garbage, barely does ISUP, can't do TCAP. Yeah, I don't know what those acronyms are. Docs are closed and cost about 100K. Well, surely you guys can help me with that, right? We'll just start a GoFundMe. And what's the so once you get the docs, like you still have to get connected to the network somehow, right? Yeah. I wasn't gonna say like somebody could like email them to me or anything, but I mean that's an option too. All right, so that was get and set title edit. Oh, I was gonna fix that over here. You just need to know someone on the network willing to let you piggyback. Does have a NAT-like mode. Interesting. But I mean, really, we just need to get the SIP protocol plugin done too. That's ultimately what it really comes down to. So like the rough idea is like I would love to have SIP in Pidgin 3.0 final. It's probably not going to happen, but maybe, right? Because the idea is to use SIP to test out our voice and video capabilities. and develop them. Like we can put voice and video in the demo protocol plugin and like have it use like GStreamer default feeds or like simple video loops or something, right? Like I don't know, we could have a video in the demo protocol plugin where you can do a call with Pidgin and like he just sits there and kind of wobbles his head, blinks every now and then, right? And then random speech bubble or something, right? And that would work for development purposes, but like to actually like have something that does full voice and video, we obviously need something like that. So, yeah. There was Twitch users who don't subscribe to anything, but it's awesome to see both the actual program and free software on stream. Cool. I mean, yeah, if you're getting ad stuff, sure. Or like if you have Twitch Turbo or something, then I'll get the ad stuff, whatever, whatever. But yeah, don't worry about it, right? Yeah. So we have a library started for stun and turn. So the problem with stun, turn, not PMP, ICE, PCP, and whatever else I'm not thinking of right now is we have to build an abstraction layer for all of that because the protocols and the voice and video shit don't care how you're traversing the NAT, right? They just want to traverse the NAT. They don't care, right? And instead of making everybody implement and check all of them, we would write an abstraction layer for that. So the next problem is the libraries that exist for all this stuff are fucking nightmares. The idea for the media engine is to use GStreamer. Like it's not free, but it's as close to free as we're gonna get for a media library. But yeah. So anyways, the other problem is like, so the libupnp or whatever, the open source one, it doesn't work on Windows is the first problem. And the second problem is it implements all of UPnP when we really only care about UPnP IGD, Internet Gateway Devices. Right, so you're pulling in this huge dependency that not only has all of the client code, but it also has all of the server code and has all this other nonsense we don't need, right? From a security point of view and a maintenance point of view, that's just a fucking waste of time and a big giant ball of wax of shit for security stuff to prop up in, right? So we started a library, which we haven't, it doesn't, we're not using it for much yet because we don't need it yet, but we've started a library called Traversity. And the point is to put all this stuff in here, right? So right now we started stun support, stun. Oh, sorry, not stun, UPnP. We started UPnP. Right, and you'll have different discoverers, stuff like that, and then the idea is that you also get a CLI. So like from the CLI, you can just be like, Traversity CLI, open up port whatever, point to this guy, and it'll just figure out which NAT traversal methods you have, and then make it happen. The UPnP and NatPnP code from someone you know that's license compatible. I still have to write an abstraction layer. And then it's just, and even then, I'm still going to end up having to implement probably, I said NatPnP, but there's still PCP that's there. I can't remember what else, right? We still need all of that crap. And the FreeSwitch code, the FreeSwitch uses APR, doesn't it? I thought FreeSwitch uses APR. And APR and glib, while you can probably make them work, that seems like more hassle than it's worth, right? And it's okay to have multiple implementations, right? Right, but like we very much depend on glib, right? We don't use very much from the C spec itself, right? We use int and char star for data types. Everything else we use the glib aliases for, because there's no reason to not use them for glib. For like we use guint because it's less typing. And stuff like that, right? So just there's a lot of issues, or not issues. There's a lot of potential issues and confusing API with weird data types and stuff like that, and stuff that we just don't want to do, right? Because that's just going to make the code more complicated to read and understand. And one of the things we're really trying to do is to make the code more understandable so that other people that actually contribute will maybe stick around longer rather than fighting through to get the feature they want in and then disappear forever, because I get it. This one's back. Why is this one backwards compared to what that one is? This is description. Right. Whereas most of our code is not pure libc at all. Like, we very much depend on glib for pretty much everything, is my point. So mixing in a bunch of pure C code with glib stuff makes that interface weird, right? It makes it inconsistent. Oh, how did I not mention get topic editable yet? I must have missed it here. Yep, look at that. Happy New Year. Do you think 25 will be the year of Linux desktop finally? I mean, my year of Linux desktop was 2003, so every year since then has been. It's funny how people in stream keep realizing they know each other. You know me. Too far. Oh no, that was fine. But to be clear, like, I'm not against, like, using somebody else's code that's license compatible, obviously. But like, we've spent too many years of just having inconsistent code where just we don't want to be back in that case at all. Oh, right. We can't link now because I didn't write the implementation yet. Where the hell is this other code? There we go. Oh, this is 6 months ago. Nice. It's almost like VoIP is kind of crap. No offense, SWK. I'm all deep in the shit, yeah. I'm not that far. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but kind of sucks a lot. What? Oh, say may fall through. That's what it's talking about. Yep, look at that. I forgot to type break. It's funny, when I worked on VoIP stuff, I had more fun like building the microservices to solve the problems and stuff rather than like doing any of the VoIP stuff. So like I wrote a transcode microservice for us, just a worker queues, workers translating audio, right? I think I described this before. So we built a platform that was similar to Twilio voice, but instead of writing Twiml, you would write Lua scripts. And then like people for their IVRs and stuff, they would upload MP3s as recordings and shit. And like it's really dumb to have FreeSwitch constantly re-encode those for the call when everything is in Moolah. So what would happen is when they would commit their code and push, what the hell's its site? I just thought of it. I can't think of it. Whatever. We would go through and grab all their audio files that they were using and then transcode them into Moolah and then store them. And then our call processors would do a lookup to translate whatever they had in their MP3 files to then instead route it to our re-encoded versions. It worked well. But that was one of many of the tools I built. International stuff? Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Telcos in 170 countries? You poor bastards. And you weren't talking about international to me. That's fine. All right, we've got to do a set avatar. Oh, right. I missed. Oh, whatever, it's fine. G-Boolean. Get avatar editable. Not edible. Damn stoners. You poor bastard, yes. All right. Yeah, I think I'm in a similar boat when it comes to chat. But I mean, if I retire, I'm just doing Pidgin anyways. Get avatar. Stir shaken? What the hell is that? $20.31. Oh. Did we not put these in here? What did I do? Yep. Did I not implement them? I didn't implement them. Whoops-a-doodle. This sucks because we just keep adding more and more crap to conversations. Like, I get it, but oh man. It's getting to be a lot. So what is stir and shaken? Are those weird SS7 protocols or something? AF conversation description editable is not equal to editable. Line conversation description editable equals editable. The object notify piece back to the object conversation. How's it going, mainly Rick? Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Description editable. Ways of mixing 007 drinks, very true, Euro. Very true. How you doing? What? Oh, set description editable. Coding language, it doesn't support. Yeah, that's what GObject is. It's objects in C using composition. And GObject is the basis for GTK and a whole bunch of other crap. Make carriers X5 and 9 sign the caller ID, so it's harder to spoof, and they do spoof you, can rapidly track them down. Ah, gotcha. On their website currently? Nice. Alright, so that worked, apparently. Conversation. So we just added avatar editable. That looks all right. Then we added description editable. Yep. And then there's topic and title. Title editable. Looks good. And topic editable. Cool. So many conversations. I mean, this is a chat client. That's, or are you talking? You're having so many or there's so many conversations happening in chat. That's fine. Like chat clients have lots of chats. All right, so that part's done finally. We have to build a unit test for it. We're just doing simple property testing stuff for it. It's not a big deal. Yep. First, by including assigned JWT with several fields. One of the fields is the call the original ID. That's supposed to be an opaque customer, unique piece of equipment identifier. The specs say it must be in RFD'd UID form. What is RFD'd? But even the big boys in the telco industry put anything in a UID. Oh, anything but a UID in there. What do you mean by RFD? Oh, okay. I'm like, I'd assume RFC, but I don't want, like, I don't know. Telco, like so many other things, has so many acronyms. It's just, yeah. Description editable. These are almost sorted. Jubilee. But yeah, so we what we're doing here is we're just verifying that all the plumbing is set up right for all of this. It gets a little iffy with booleans, but we'll see. This is supposed to say true. These are one of the biggest providers of the tech in the industry. Actually puts new star customer name in that field. Lovely. Aren't specs great? So you're spec and raise you 2 of your specs. Nope, I'm good. I'll just stick with the normal RFCs. You can have your fun stuff. G assert true. Avatar editable. This is why we alphabetize this stuff. So we can put it in the right place. Yay! Do we have some memory leaks? Yay, no bytes lost. HG branch. Vertical conversation editables. Add properties to track whether conversation avatar or conversation properties are editable. This covers avatars, descriptions, titles, and topics. All right, this depends on 3738. Speaking of RFCs, we might get back into Hassle tonight. We have yeah, we have RFC 5801 and RFC 5802 to implement in Hassle. The difference between may and must in a single RFC. How the hell can we expect them to not be idiots on having to implement greater than one RFC at the same time? Yep. The days of one RFC at a time. I miss those. Oh, I was looking for the bug for this. I just got it. Oh, I didn't run the turtles, but it's okay. We'll do it after the post. Ninja Turtles! Ran the conversation test under Valgrind and called in the turtles. For the rest. Make sure there's nothing else in here it shouldn't be. Title editable. Title editable. I need to organize all these damn files. Clean this up a little bit. Are they bad? I mean, Teams is bad in general, but are they worse than you would expect with Teams being so bad? Dude. They're so bad. You would not believe it. They are, oh my god, so bad. Alright. More plumbing. Dig screwed up motion with coat hanger breaks. Okay, did not need that graphicness there, but sure. Alright, so there's another thing I noticed as I was doing this that we should clean up and just take care of, because we should. Does it finalize that? Yeah, I don't know why this is here. This should just go away. Then there's some other stuff in conversation that I think we can get rid of finally. Yeah, this is not used anywhere else. Most of it uses UDP, but that leads to frag reassembly problems because so much stuff just doesn't do it either right or at all. Never mind, the Linux kernel has had that in there forever. Yeah. I remember trying to do SIP with TCP back in the day. Was just not advised. What? Can you do SIP over IPX or SPX? I mean. Microsoft goes out there, makes a basic STP something like 5K. I know you can do SIP over TCP, but the problem is the delivery guarantee caused issues, right? And delays and processing and blah, 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 blah. But a 5K STP? Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a Microsoft move. In fact, the RFC actually says if your SIP packets are going to exceed MTU, you must move to TCP. I mean, that makes sense, right? At least for reassembly and shit. And to avoid lots of rebroadcasts and stuff, yeah. It really surprises me how many developers nowadays don't understand. I mean, not that they need to, but like it seems like we're at an all-time low of how networking works, right? Like if it ain't HTTP, modern devs don't know about it. Like HTTP is the only layer they get to. Zip TCP is actually not that bad because the RTP. Oh, RTP is still UDP. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Is there any other weird random crap in here we can get rid of? I like a popcorn kernel or something stuck in my teeth. It's driving me nuts. All right, let's just do this. Mason pass minus E conversation. But yeah, I'd still like to see like SIP over SPX. Like, I don't know that SPX gets you anything over UDP, but just because it's old and old timey. Yeah. You're doing secure SIP, you're doing SIP TLS anyway, which is SIP over TLS, which requires TCP. Yeah. So how does that work with Quick then? Right? Because Quick or HTTP 3 does do TLS, but that's all over UDP, isn't it? At least I thought it was, but I haven't looked in a long time. Yeah, not yeah. Fair. Just like I thought it required TLS and it's over UDP, but like traditionally you need TCP for TLS. So unless they're signing or something, I don't know, right? There's something else we could look at starting to do here, but I think we're gonna skip it for now. But HG branch, random cleanups, random cleaners. All the random stuff. Sure, I don't care. That's fine. So when are we gonna get SIP over HTTP? When's that come? Or sorry, RTP over HTTP. I know we already have it with WebRTC. It's mixing in SRTP that uses symmetric encryption with key traded in SDP. Oh, that sounds bad. Going to them with SIP TLS. The key is getting passed in the clear. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds secure. Yeah, over quick. HTTP 3. I didn't even run the turtles. On WebRTC is SIP over HTTPS. Yeah. Makes sense. UDP and UDP? Sure. Encapsulate the world. Alright. Publish. Okay. I don't want to stack anything more on these ones. Oh, but we do want to do this. No, that's not what I wanted. I need to go there, but I needed this. It should be right here. 39, I think. Then open properties. Oh, dude. Zip over web accounts because the WebRTC spec does not specify how you communicate session parameters. Only that for media you have to trade SDPs. Interesting. They've done entire SIP stacks in JavaScript. Yikes. You're being generous there with 85, I think. Or is 85 like the specific year that like a very specific switch came out that like simplified things? Polyhedron with 18 months. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Okay. Oh, we have stuff in Burb, which is on 7. No, that's a hassle. The ad break remind you to resub. Nice. You got a request for quote today that actually requires SS7. Wow. That sounds like a bad time. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm trying to decide if I should unit test this or not. I mean, I know I should, but it's environment variables, so it gets weird. And so somebody opened up a bug about using an operating system that doesn't support the file system hierarchical standard, right? The FHS. This is specifically they're like using. They didn't say what they're using, but I think they might be using Homebrew on Linux or something, which isn't FHS compliant, which is fine, whatever, right? And the problem was they couldn't find the typelib files for geobject introspection because it depends on a few things. And they were like, well, G-plugin loader should do this. And I'm like, no, I'm like, we can't do it that way. It's got to be the application, right? The application should know where it's installed, or it can at least look at its first parameter to figure out if it got called on a relative path or whatever, right? Especially if it's running in a portable mode. And then it needs to update that. So the problem is all the glib stuff or all the geometry introspection stuff still depends on the environment variables. But instead of having everybody write this, we decided to put it into Perb. But 3740 is ready to get merged. So Pidgin clean, CD build, ninja. We didn't HE up defaults. Do we pull? No. Landmines are 3740. Ninja turtles. I'm psychic. That's how I knew it was ready to go. That reminds me. I gotta find my spa. Oh, and you told me SWK. You told me some provider to use for a simple SIP extension. And I don't remember who it was. If you could refresh my memory, it'd be appreciated. ClickHouse? No. Reminds me, I need to set up FreeSwitch too. I've got a SIP phone adapter with 2 lines on it, and I would like to have one that is on the piston. So I'm looking for a provider to do that for me because I need one. Right, so I just want to register an extension on somebody's service that I can get a piston number for. The thing was over here. It might be in the basement now. It's just like a Cisco Spa 111 or something. Oh, power brick. I don't know. We were talking about SIP trunking, and you pointed me to somebody, but like I don't really want a whole trunk. Like I just want one number, maybe 2, right? So I can like get piston calls in Pidgin when I implement that. Signal wire. Is this who you? This might be who you recommended before. Developers, developers, developers. All right. Well, we'll look at that later. All right. Grabbed by Anthony. Yeah. Okay, I didn't realize Signal Wire was him, but okay. Let's go over to his house. Hey, can I get a SIP number? Can you connect my extension? I don't know exactly where he lives, but I know he's near me. Please, sir, may I have a piston number? Is this part of the build? I think I put this in the build already. Mason build. Yeah, Burbend. Yeah. I think he's in one of the suburbs, right? He's not in Milwaukee proper. He's in one of the suburbs, right? Like everybody knows I'm in Milwaukee, so that's not a big deal. So we already established that. If he's close to me, then yeah. Ah, okay. We could carpool to ClueCon. No. All right. We didn't start any tests for this, which is okay. But yeah. ClueCon's in August, right? August 4th through the 7th. Ooh, early bird registration. I mean, okay. Staying at the hotel is $600. Staying elsewhere is $800. What if like I like don't even want to be there the whole day? Let's see. One guest per room. Check out. We'll say the 4th and check out on the 5th. Search. So many old friends. You've never been there? Come on, I've been there twice. I even gave a talk there once. $200 a night? Fucking hell. I'm just gonna call up Jakku or Johnny. Hey, can I crash on your couch tonight? Yeah. I Not in Milwaukee, it's not. Yikes. Yeah. That's yeah. Oh, does ClueCon do discounts for speakers? Or is RFPs closed already? Although, what am I going to talk about? Hey, we finally put SIP into Pidgin. You're welcome. the you're welcome was sarcasm if that wasn't clear. Oh, they haven't picked for this year yet? Gotcha. Yeah, but is the RFP or our request for speakers open or closed yet? So, like, are these so the speakers on the site then is from? Oh yeah, it's from 2024. Okay. Probably not even open yet. All right, fair, fair. Leveraging Lib Sophia and Pidgin to bring SIP to the masses. There you go. That's the talk type. The title of the talk. It's like, here you go. Go download it, have fun. Let me know what you run into. All right. I'm so distracted. Sophia just does signaling, right? I think it's just a signaling. But yeah, the main reason we would use Sophia is because it already has glib interface. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, right? The SDP stuff, we do all that with I would say free switch. I meant GStreamer. Um, but the main reason we want to use Sophia at all, is because it has glib interface. Although the documentation for this was not fucking great, and the homepage is still Sophia SIP.sourceforge, which I don't know if they're still there, but I'm curious when this last updated though. But yeah, depends on glib. Blah blah blah. Actually, I wonder, is this built into using GIO? I wonder. I think I have this installed anyways. Nope. I guess I don't. I started getting to the point of looking at this. Mike Jarrett's a free switch now? Okay. What is it? Glib 3 times 64. Oh, that's the SO version. Never mind, never mind. The problem is, like, there's not a whole lot of docs for this, which makes it weird and shitty. Like, maybe they exist somewhere, but they're, like, not here. Like, oh, great, I got a package config file, a static library, and a dynamic library. Sweet, how do I use it? Sophia was originally funded by Nokia, and when the original author quit working for Nokia, he abandoned it. Yeah, it happens. Probably don't want the version. It's got a ton of problems. Which version? The Nokia one? Or the version that I just installed? Are you sure? This is 1.13.17. One dot 12.11. It's a little behind. Oh, fun. Well, I mean, we'd be at the mercy of the distros, but this is a year ago? Jesus. Why is this not updated? And it's fucking Auto Tools, of course it is. So why hasn't Debian updated yet? That is the real question. Get them updating. I mean, you can do that because Debian shit all the time, but it's just uninformed. Debian's all volunteers, and they take on more work than they should. Like, well, Arch isn't up to date right away. Yeah, because the AUR is a fucking cesspool of letting anybody do whatever the fuck they want. And sure, it's fine. Maybe. What the fuck is a SU root T? Oh, is that oh, okay, that's Sophia UA or whatever. Right, oh, right, yeah, okay. This is all coming back to me now. Yeah. I don't know that I necessarily like the way this works, but, yeah. If you look at my URL, I'm already there. But yeah. Not that we're gonna do any of this anytime today or anytime soon. That's what I meant to say. But due to the way Sophia works, because Sophia lets you do multiple extensions, or I don't even know what the right terminology is for it. Right, but you can handle multiple lines from it, right? Morning, Renegade. How you doing? There's like a few billion records from MySQL to Postgres. Yeah, nice. Did I say billion? I think I said million, but billion. Yeah, yeah, nice. Um, but so like when the protocol plugin would get loaded, um, or we would keep track of when an account is online, and then we would bring up the SIP stack, and then we would reuse it for the other ones. And it'd be weird, but it would work. But we'd have to play around with it and do a lot of bullshit with it. Oh, there's docs here. Yeah, but the problem is, for us, an account generally holds all of your state for that account, connection wise and everything, right? Whereas in Sophia, your accounts are built on top of this. Like, you can reuse port 5060 for multiple lines, right? And that's where it gets weird because we can't have multiple bringing them up. So you have to have the daemon over here, and then we'd have to register it with it and stuff like that. So yeah. And I don't know. I've got to go through a lot of Sophia to understand it. Damn it. I knew he was going to call me on it. I should have just fixed it. No, not you. The somebody else. This one. So I get notifications in Discord for reviews and stuff like that. That's why I'm seeing it without it popping up on the screen. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Haynes. I'm very bad at keeping track of YouTube chat, so I hope you didn't say this too long ago. Oh, you're talking about the hotels. Yeah. 2025 is the year of Pidgin? I hope so. I hope so. Want to submit it? No, I mean, this is fine. This is nothing major. Like that mindset of like, well, I'll accept your patch. Like I'm not gonna fix it unless you write a patch. That just, in my experience, leads to just really bad code. Like not intentionally, but you end up getting a lot of inconsistencies with that kind of a setup. Which one was this on? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you want inconsistencies in your code. The title editable. Yeah. I think it's wrong in the C file too. Yeah. I pasted badly. What the hell did I do? Okay. Not enough hours in day to fix everything, and it's open. Yeah, well, I mean that. Why do you think it took 9 years to get to experimental 1? What's that? Proving other people wrong. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that stuff anymore, right? Like I don't know. I guess it's probably because I'm tired of people trying to tell me I'm wrong all the time, and it's just like I'm fucking done with it. Don't care. stuff. Like, I'm more concerned about things just being consistent. That's my concern. So it's faster if I just do it and show them when they shut the fuck up pretty fast. Yeah, I mean that's an option too. But like for me to get nerd sniped to be like, no, you're wrong. See, I'll prove it. Like, I got better things to do than that. Like if it's something that actually needs to be fixed, sure. But like if I definitively need an answer, sure, maybe I'll get nerd sniped. But like I'm not gonna be like, oh, here's the proper way to do. Oh fuck. Today's proper way is tomorrow's improper way, right? So, who gives a shit? Looks fine. Get rid of these. ENV. Append. What were we gonna do for this? Oh, existing. Oh no! See, this is where this gets weird. Thing also deadlocks and crashes all over the place. I guess we should do that too. Yeah. Like. One of the things I've learned over time is that the promises that projects make, they rarely live up to those promises. Right? And I don't mean that to be like a dick move or anything, but in my experience, lots of times when I try to use a library or something, it's like, yeah, great, this is going to do all this stuff for me. And then I find out that, like, it doesn't do something critically that I need. And then I'm screwed. And you're just like, well, guess that's it. Oh, separator I think is required. Yeah, we did make separator required. The glib code doesn't say that it's required and doesn't check that it's required, but the code it calls uses stir length on it, so it's required. You wrote your own DB connection caching code. Someone was like, why don't you use this package that just does all that for you? I tried it and deadlocked 15 times in the first 4 hours it was a prod. It wasn't a PG pool, was it? I tried to deploy PG pool recently and did not have a good experience. It was, yeah. And it's like, it'd be great, but like yeah, see, I run into this stuff all the time where it's like, I know people use this in production. How? Right? Like I'm not trying to be an ass. Like I don't understand because the stuff doesn't necessarily work for me. And you get stuck, right? So QLogic, if you're idling or whatever, lurking, that's the word I'm looking for. If you want to look at 3731, that would be appreciated so that we can do the hassle release. I think I've met all the requirements now. 100% correct people do. Never figured out. Yeah, I'm missing something. What's the other one? There's PG Pool and PG Bouncer. I know people have used that too, and I've tried using it was like MySQL Bouncer or something like that because we had too many connections going in, some other stuff, and we were trying to limit that. And That caused more problems than it fixed. PG Pouncer you use and works great, nice. But yeah, I don't know. My first sequel bouncer. Hey, this is legacy stuff. It all uses MySQL. Don't look at me. I did not approve of it. So we're gonna have to use different environment variables for each thing, but that should be fine. So yeah. About 2 petabytes worth of crap in MySQL. Yeah, so we have a problem where we have something like 35 billion records in MySQL that we don't need because they were like metric data, and the cleanup thing was either never written or hasn't been running for over years. And it's on Aurora. Yeah, it's on a. Is it Aurora? I don't know. It's on AWS. It's part of RDS. I don't know if it's Aurora or not. So like, we're paying for storage, or we're paying for a ton of IOPS to get rid of it to then not pay for as much storage, and it's just this giant clusterfuck. And it's just like, yep, that's a thing. So we're gonna say burb env append, not test burb. We need to say const car star value equals null. What are the parameters of this again? It is the variable equals test burb append new, and then the value we're gonna append. Yep. So this is new value, and it's gonna be G path separator or something. Separator. A search path separator S. That's what we want. Leave from table where her timestamp is less than 1990. Yeah. Limit 1 trillion. CDRs be, what is that called? Data record? Called detail record. Okay, that's close. Ooh. You mean these? Huh. Win 7, 32-bit. Boot and Nuke 10. Don't know. Not written. Not written. Yeah, this is like 200 megs or something. It's a CD, not a DVD. 5 billion CDRs a day. Yeah, makes sense. G assert compare string value equals new value. Do we have that all right? I think we do. G get end. Yeah, okay, cool. Bucket 6. Static void. Test burb. env append existing void. Fields star value equals null. G set env. Test burb. Append existing. ABC123. True. There's a parameter for like override or something in set end. Yeah. Whether change a variable if it exists. Yes, please. And thank you. Then we're gonna say burb. I'm writing this in the wrong spot. Oh no, I'm not. I mean, I am now, but yes. Verb env append test something existing, comma XYZ 789, comma yep, comma G search path separator S. Oh. Oh, no, this will work. This will work. G get env Vesper existing. Yep. G assert compare stir value, comma, equals equals, comma, ABC123, G search path separator F, XYZ789. You can do that with constant strings. Oh, I need to make sure that get env, yeah, returns constant. You know, so number one, line numbers help. Number two, first-time chatters pointing out typing mistakes in a compiled language is usually not helpful. And look, I already fixed it, which is why it's not helpful. You have Blu-ray or 2, got it about a month before Sony et al. Announced they were discontinuing blank media for it. Really? Did that actually happen? Because, like, oh, those DVD-Rs. I've got blank Blu-rays around here somewhere. Oh, look, you got my typo, but didn't get whatever the hell, or didn't get me missing a comma on line 38. We got empty string back instead of new value. Interesting. But the existing one, what the fuck? Trouble blank media stockpiles for years in the future. I think at least one company is still making it. Just yeah, I mean, there's definitely companies out there making it. This shouldn't be because I freed it. Buys old magnetic media and resells it? Well, let me know who they are, because I have a fucking banker's box of hard drives in my basement. I need to get rid of. Why is new value empty string? Because existing is null. So I had this in here and I got rid of it. But that's the problem. If existing is not equal to null, then otherwise yay, unit test. Oh, like floppy disk, gotcha. Use them for range date, yeah. Okay, that looks okay. Oh, we can. Why don't we do this way? Look, it's blazingly faster because I got rid of a allocation. Take that, borrow checker. All right, so we're gonna have the same problem here. And I had this here, and I got rid of it thinking I could get rid of it, and I was wrong. I was wrong. Get rid of the other one. Yeah. How's it going, Robotic Head? Welcome, welcome. Those of you that don't know Robotic Head, he's another streamer here on Twitch. He works on a project management tool, open source project management tool called Near Beach. So you should definitely go give him a follow and a watch. Did I really do this wrong? Oh no, that's right. Okay. I was like, I thought I did it the wrong way, and like had the code wrong. Oh no, we want this block up here too. Prepend, new value. Prepend. Oh. Prepend. Prepend. So now this should be XYZ 789 and then ABC 123. Oh. It might help if I call the functions. Oh, where's the first time chatter mentioning it? What did Intel do now? Bum, 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 bum. So we put in ABC 123, and then we were supposed. Oh. So yes, yep. So they asked AMD execs about the shortage of Ryzen 7, blah, 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 and they said it's because everyone is buying them all, and because Intel Arrow Lake sucks balls. Yep. Cool. No memory lost. Ugh. The exec said that way, but so they said, yeah, no, I got you. All I have to say is, boom. I want to upgrade, but I don't want to spend $5,000 on a processor. Not that I exactly have $5,000 to just throw away on a processor either, but yeah. This one only cost $1,600 when I bought it. Only. And 9350 X3D in Q1. Not threatened for territory yet, but it'd be nice to. Yeah, yeah. I mean, no, because I haven't really been paying attention to CES. There's a podcast I listen to that's been covering it, but they haven't gotten to processors yet. I'm like a day behind or so. All right. There's a bug for this. Add some helpers for environmental or for environment search or environment variable search whatever. Fine. Bug is closed. Burb. We're gonna want as soon as it's available. I'll probably drop the coin on a new 5090. Going on over here? Dude, I have no idea. Does anybody know if this SSO works here? I don't know. I literally just said, I'm not aware of any documentation on this feature though, but I'll keep an eye out. And I said, looks like it's been broken a while ago. I'm like, I don't know. Who the fuck's using Kerberos? We know we built a great part. We didn't know the competitor had built a horrible one. Crypt AMD executive Frank Azor. The demand has been a little higher than we forecasted. Did they figure out their corrosion shit yet? Or are they still claiming it's not a problem? Isn't there a mark as unread here? I guess not. Alright, well, I will try to remember to look at this guy. You know? We're coming over here, so we go to here. Verb 8. Rubbed off on a GPU for third-party reviews. No video. Didn't know there have been double the perf of last generation presentations. Last time that claim equated to real world 15 to 18. Or the prior. Yeah, yeah. It's almost like they will say anything to get you to spend money on their crap. Oh, wait. That's exactly what they do. They have a frame generation, which is, yeah, that's fake. Like, Denver and Turtles. Didn't know. Turtles works fine. Shit. Six. I don't know how I got the wrong fucking indent there, but I did. $41. Yeah. Oh, piles of Epics and Ryzens? Yeah, I wish. Corrosion, they fixed the manufacturing in 13th gen. The high voltage causing degradation in 13, 14 gen. Maybe any of those high bin models out there were impacted or future E-Ways? Yeah. YOLO on the rest. I don't know. Since the days of the Athlon and Duron, I have been using those instead of Intel. I've had a couple laptops and stuff because just it's very hard to get AMD laptops. At least it used to be. But yeah, I've been done with Intel for a long time, and so many people just never understood that. It's just like, yeah, you think but their floating point is better and faster than anything. Blah blah blah. Like I write code. I don't give a shit about floating point. Yep. I'm gonna get an extra 2 cycles out of that floating point on my C compilation. People say the stupidest things to defend their crap. Or like sinking point. Well, nowadays, like, who gives a shit about floating point on the CPU, right? If you're doing like hardcore floating point math, you're doing it on a GPU, right? But then more precisely yet, like, who here else remembers when you used to measure performance, or like, I guess performance is the right word, in flops, and now it's just in tops, right? We used to have teraflops. Now we just have tops. Because we used to care about floating point. Now we don't care about floating point at all. So what's Intel doing? Right? Just like, oh. Yep. I guess I can assign this. More like sonking point. Or sunking point. Oh, ignore this. Although this isn't necessarily a vulnerability per se. Um, I need to figure out how I'm going to handle this stuff on stream. Not tag security. Oh, I don't think I can do that. Nope. Hmm. How the hell do I inverse this query? Oh, unless I do, is it something like that maybe? I don't know, whatever. This person's been going around to a bunch of open source projects and talking about DLL security and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, you should really verify the signatures of the DLLs, like of random third party plugins that people install. Yeah, that's kind of not the way this works. It's kind of exactly against this. We should probably do this. Like, we should really, really do this. So it's going on 10 o'clock. We are 2 hours in. I need to get water. I need to pee though. All right, so I'm gonna go do that. Um, we do have hassle stuff we could work on, but I don't exactly want to do that at the moment. Um, but we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna pee, get some water. I'm probably gonna grab something to eat real quick. So I will be back shortly, not too long. So be right back. All right. All right. So, not sure how we want to do this exactly, but I guess we'll just dig in and see where we end up. All right. Trying to decide where we should put this. Into client dot C. So we've got Nick and Alt Nick here. What do y'all think? Should we add a third alternative, Nick? I'm not sure we need it, but mayhaps. I'm not sure how this actually works in Pidgin 2 now that I think about it, but but we're probably going to put it here in the client code rather than a message handler. Right, so kind of like ping, right? Where using the other nicks, we'll do it this way. And we want to go this way. We want to put it in the client because it'll be easier to look up the alternate nicks. And then like to compare them and stuff. Silly cat. There you go. He shows me how badly he wants treats by licking the dish. The empty dish. He's like, I can taste them. Should we echo out these messages? That's the next question. Where is this? Where we add all the message handlers. What? Oh, it's in connection. Aha. Never mind. It's not even in client. Right, so... how do we handle ping? Oh, okay. We don't connect the message handler. Okay, got it. Okay. Yep. Later. What you doing, mister? Yeah, we can just handle this here. Ping's more likely to happen first. Reply I support is going to be low. It only happens once during each connection. Else if is stir equal. It's not command. Where are they? erroneous nickname. Let's start with nickname in use. Let me get a goop out here, alright? Like, no, it's fine. Leave it dead. I can't see the screen. I'm on the wrong window anyways. Ibis, air, nickname in use. Say command. What are you doing? Why are you eating your fur? Huh? This is how you get fur balls. Hair balls, whatever. He's looking at me like, dude. Alright, command, nickname in use. Turn, Ibis, client, handle, Nick collision. Client, message. Boolean. I don't know how I got these, but okay. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's not fine. Fuck. We need a runtime value for our current nick. All right, hold on. Let's back up. Let's start with that. All so the problem is we're not keeping track of what nick we actually have. Of course, this is harder than I thought it would be. I don't know the responses to the nick message, which is what we need to find. Server receives a nick command from client where the desired nickname was already in use on the network. It should issue an error nickname in use numeric and ignore the nick command. The server does not accept the new nickname supplied by the client as valid, for instance, due to containing invalid characters. It should issue an error erroneous nickname numeric and ignore the nick command. Server must allow at least all alphanumeric characters, square and curl, whatever, and may disallow digits for server may allow extra characters as long as they do not induce ambiguity in other commands, including no blah blah blah. Server does not receive the nickname parameter with the nick command. It should issue an error no nickname given, numeric, and ignore the nick command. The nick message should be sent from the server to client's technology and blah. So you get no nickname given, username, or nick collision. Be sent from the server to clients to acknowledge their nick command was successful and to inform other clients about the change of nickname. In this case, the source of the message will be the old nickname. Oh, how the shit did we do this before? This is so nice. I don't know why the indentation is so fucky, but whatever. New post. Going through some old Pidgin code, Pidgin 2 code, and ran across this glorious Easter egg. Oh, I didn't get the stuff after Glorious because I didn't wrap my window. I don't think... Yeah, I can't do code blocks in Mastodon post, right? No, that'd be cool. Well, we'll see what it looks like. Or we'll just do it this way. Sure, that works. Okay. This one gets weird because we want Ibis to handle part of this, but we don't want to make the clients require all of it. We don't update our own nick here? Oh, we check if it matches our name. And then we set the display name. All right. So before we do this, I think we have to have an active nick for our user, right? Because we don't want to overwrite the properties that came into this. Because when we reconnect, we want to restore those. Blah 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 blah. Right. Um. But at the same time, when we call set nick, should that send? No, that's a property. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's okay. But we need to get a little bit more creative with this, like I was saying. So, I'm gonna skip this part for now. We're gonna add a new property to the client for the active nick. The nickname that we have on the server is separate from nick and alt nick above. Because it's up to the the user might want to restore their nick later. I don't know, whatever. I don't know a good way to describe this, but we need to jump between these if one of them has a conflict or something, and then yeah. But we're gonna add this as a property too. It's just gonna be readable though. Active G value set string value if it's client get active nick. Cat's gone. We can turn off the overhealed. If is client active nick. There's a couple places we're gonna have to watch out for this, but it's okay. Active nick. This is the nick that the server has acknowledged. This comes a number of different server messages. We're gonna skip this part for now. What version of Ibis is this? Is this gonna be 11 or 12? I don't remember. This is gonna be 11. Okay. Ibis client get active nick the active nick for the client. Active nick is the nick that the server has accepted. And sure. Apparently we didn't do a 0.11 yet. Nope. I typed ibit. Where's the first time chatters to call me out on my typo? So there's something in the spec, we're gonna have to go find it, that says when you get X message. Oh, actually we're doing it in Pidgin already. V3 connection dot C set nick. Message colon. I think it's welcome. Connection registration. The first parameter of reply welcome is the nick that the server assigned to us. So we need to grab the welcome handler so that we can parse that out. What does it say in 1459? RPL welcome. Okay, it's not in 1459. What's the other one? 2801? No. RFC IRC 28. I was close. I said 2801. It was 2810. Welcome's not in here either. That's PC for typo. Well, no, my point is, like, I go into this whole thing in the Why So Rude blog post about first time chatters being okay, maybe it wasn't this one, or maybe I'm just thinking it's this one. But it's like this whole thing of like people trying to one up people. It's like, oh look, Sturmer made an error, right? It's just like, shut up. By the time your message comes through and I see it, I'm most likely gonna find it and fix it. It's so dumb. Like, oh, look at me. I've never said anything here before, and maybe I've idled here for a long time, but I've never actually said anything. And so then it's even worse, right? Because the first thing they say then is, oh, you made a mistake of something the compiler would have caught. And it's just like, dude, right? It's like, are you always this insufferable? Only on Thursdays. But it's Friday in most of the world. Boom. All right. So we gotta grab reply welcome. And we're gonna start with that to trigger this. Oh, internally though, we want. No, I need 5. Internally, we want a. Let's set active neck. This client set active neck. G set stir client active neck. And G param spec or G notify by pspec. G object clients properties prop active. And client set active nick. New active nick. So that's the active nick. It's a helper function to set the active nick since it can come from a few places. This isn't public API, but we're writing it like it is. We're busy prepping this machine's drives contents to ditch Windows. I had a lot of crap since I reinstalled the OS on 4/11/2022. Taking an age to sift it. Yeah. So you just take a NAS, you copy everything over, and you blow it away, and then you sift through it. Never. Or when you're looking for a file. Come on, that's what everybody else does. It's just moving the problem. Yeah, that's the point. Took just under 16,000 photos last year. I don't think I've taken 16,000 photos in my life. This is why I'm not on Instagram. I'm like, oh, I have to put a photo with a post? Yeah, never mind. True, but that's still a lot of photos for one trip. I was literally nested after nested of archive, old archive, etc. Well, you might want to grab some of that Dead Robot Dev, because, like, I don't know how old the drive is, but yeah. You have a beefy camera? Nice. Those pesky calls, yep. I don't want to do this. Yeah, more distant than ask is fine, but Dead Robot Dev said they have an external HDD, as in single, no RAID, no backup. Well, RAID's not a backup, right? No redundancy. So, got to the point where I have to move the videos off the drive to play them because they're so nested. Oh no. Yeah, you might wanna look at a NAS. How do I do this? I guess I'll do it this way. Return ibis client handle RPL welcome client message. Um, so then over here, gstir v params equals null. Params equals ibis message get params message if params is not equal to null, and gstir v length of params is greater than 0. Then ibis client set active nick client comma params 0. So this is gonna get fun because everybody, or not everybody, but a bunch of stuff is gonna handle this by default, which is annoying. Something ironically given the suggestion, just dump it all on your NAS and sort it later. Move will free up a number of SATA SSDs that you can throw into your NAS to expand storage. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Swelcome. Or Selcom. That's a thing, right? Ibis Cly. 192.168 to 1.220. Oh, we need to add an actual like way to tell us that this happened. G warning. Set active nick 2% us. Okay, now we know that it happened. Minus n watcher. That should be fine. Okay, so this didn't go through because this is grabbing reply welcome somewhere. Yeah. Right, so in ibis cly. No, we would need ibis cly. So there's a default message handler. Excuse me. Yeah, this is gonna be the same crap here, isn't it? Ibis.stir equal command comma ibis reply welcome. Welcome. Yep, there you go. Right. So we need to continue populating that up to the reply message has to go up to the default handler. And now we have the active nick. Yay. Yeah. And we can then let Pidgin handle this, and we don't have to handle reply welcome anymore. Which will clean that up. But no, we still grab it for the status window though. But that's okay, right? Right. So this part would go away, but we still want to write the server message. And then we'll return false because we have to special case it. But yeah, that gets rid of this. Yeah, because on the client we will then monitor the active nick and then we'll use that to set the stuff. And that's a much better setup, in my opinion. I don't want to do the rest of this though. And where do we put the docs for this, right? I guess this goes on the client. There's client. Client has a number of, has a bit of functionality built in, but there are some cases where may have to let the default handler run if you're listening to the generic signal at client : message signal. The command is const at ibis dot reply welcome. The client uses const at ibis dot reply welcome to track whether or not the server or to track what NIC the server accepted for it. So if this means your handler will need to return false to let the default handler handle this case. Or implement this feature. Okay. That's a good start for this. Let's see, do the docs like that? No, I gotta run the tests to get the docs. Who would have thought that automatic NIC handling would be a problem? Or, you know, be harder than I anticipated it would be. Fail. Oh. Returns nullable the active NIC if it is known. That was not where I thought we were going to fail in the docs. That's for sure. Ugh. Also, I'm not going to be up much later. I've got a call at 9 in the morning. And I was already debating streaming or not because I was tired. I'm like, we'll tough it out. And here we are. Here he is. All right, so that accepts that part. You know, the feeling of like, I'm supposed to stream, but I'm really tired. Yeah. Oh, right. So the only other time the active NIC would change is when we get a NIC message for ourselves. Likewise, client also uses const ibis.message nick to oh, I'm gonna have to figure this out. Fuck. To update property at client : active nick. Client also uses message nick to see if nickname the user has been changed via a bouncer or just via a nick command. So again, your handler will need to return false to let the default handler to update the property at client : active nick. Property. If the nickname of the user has been changed by bouncer nick command. So again, your handler false default handler implement this feature. Okay. The real question is how does this respond with when our nick changes? The docs are kind of clear, but not exactly, because that how else would they be docs if that was the case, right? So like as a command, you just say nick whatever, and then you get this. Oh, we can let Pidgin tell us what the server's going to do. I was like, how am I going to do this? But so we implemented the quote command, because I don't know why we didn't think to do it earlier, but we finally did. For IRC. So, and it uses ibis to parse whatever you give it, and then it just sends that right back out. So you can do a whole message with tags and everything, and it'll just work. I haven't tried CTCPs yet, but in theory they'll work. Actually, I kind of want to try that now that I think of it, because I haven't tried it yet. Python 3 print ord 1 ord 1 plus action, or actually I want to say private message hash pigeon : plus ord 1 action burp, sure, plus ord 1. Oh, it's not ord. Oh, car. Shit. Python stripped it out. There we go. Well, it's still not going to give me the clipboard, though. But can I do this? And then do something like echo minus E. Nope. Oh. The hash made it a comment. Cool. That did work. Oh, God damn it. Cool. All right. So, in theory, what we should be able to do here now is, let's go here, put this over on 5. 5 I have, oh, that's Ibis Clay. Where's, over here? Okay. So, over here, we're going to say slash quote. Blah. I don't think that's going to work. Thanks. Yeah, that came in as raws. Oh, I pasted wrong. God damn it. It's not accepting the paste. All right, well, whatever. Okay. We'll get to that in a second. Where are we trying again? Oh, we're going to try the nick because I want to see what the nick message was. So we're going to say slash quote nick. We should be dev here, dev and 2. The problem is this does a whole lot. So nick dev m2. We also sent typing done. Devenv sent nick. All right. So devenv is 41652. Okay. So it gave our old nick. Okay. So if we get a source back from our old nick with our old thing, then we'll get that, right? So then anything going to 40 or 41652. Nothing else has happened yet. That's fine. Okay, so that all looks fine. Oh, no, what actually I want to do, I wanted to look for 41652 sending a message. So 41652 sent a message there. So that went to Pidgin ASDF, and then it came through as devenv2. Okay, cool. So when it comes back and the source is us, that's how we handle it. Oh, how did you find 5 issues in that pull request? There's not that much code there. Yeah, I gotta fix that. Burb is 23 to 2025 anyways. Oh, I got Brib there. And no first time chatters. We're here to fix it. How's it going, King Rapula? Welcome, welcome. How you doing? 3741. Show changes. At least I was consistent in getting them wrong. Okay. Back over to 5 here. All right. So it was clients. Set active nick. We need the default handlers. Else if ibis or equal command comma ibis message nick return ibis client handle nick. Boolean. So we should have our current active nick regardless. I don't think we're tracking anything else here. We're not. But that's okay. All we have to do is track the nick. We don't have to track the rest. Car star source equals no. Nope. Const car star source equals no. Car star nick equals there's 2 parts we have to deal with this, but this is okay. Nick equals, or we'll say let's do this first. Source equals ibis message get nick or get source. Did we put any helpers into source? I don't remember. Like source has nick. That would make sense. No. We just have the parse that gets it back to you. Like we had like source is nick. That would like we wouldn't have to keep writing this. Oh, but we'd have to pass a client in and do a whole bunch of other shit. All right. So then we're gonna say ibis source parse source ampersand nick comma null g free nick if did we put the compare stuff in here? I think we did. The case folding case. We have a normalize. Did we do a compare? I don't think we did. And really we should do that too. Or I don't know that we need to. We are comparing, but this is only what the server's given us. So it should be consistent. We'll start with this. Becomes a problem, we'll deal with it. What are you posting a picture of? Do you reference the no pointer? It's right there. That Brett the Hitman Hart? It sure looks like it. Put all those typos in there. Chat wouldn't have to help you correct them. Yeah. If ibister equal Nick, comma, we'll say client dash active Nick, comma Nick. Oh. This is actually a video he did back in the day, and that's the line he actually says. Okay, that seems unlikely, but okay. Where was the Nick message here? There's going to be a whole lot of pings. There's Devon 2. That's Devon 2, Devon 2. It's still weird getting typing messages on IRC now. Like, Liberia doesn't do it, but yeah. No. Jimmy Neutron has like a pompadour, not a mohawk. Try again. Okay, so this should be param 1. If you don't know the difference between a pompadour and a mohawk, I don't know what to tell you. Go back to school. Okay, parameters nickname. Okay, so Johnny Bravo also has a pompadour. So yeah. All right. So if we have to get the parameters. G stir v parameter or params equals it was message get params message if G stir v length params equals 1, then if no okay, so the server tells us of our nick changing by sending a nick message from our old nick with the parameter of the new nick. All right, yeah. So then all we have to do is say ibis client set active nick client comma param 0. Yeah, that should do it. All right, so let's try this again. No, okay, well that can stay there, but whatever. Oh no, we did this in Pidgin. That's the problem. No, we did in Pidgin to see this part, but okay, from the ibis cli. Shit, I don't have a way to do this. Oh, we want. What do we do on the registered callback? Oh, we join the channels. And then we're gonna do ibis message new ibis message nick ibis message set params message comma Twitch, sure. Avis client, write client message. Okay. This is just temporary for testing. Sure. So we need to fix that on 381. Return true. So that was the startup. But what happened to our other one? I don't know who we are here. We are 56694, I guess. Yeah, so there we sent Nick. Did we send it too early? No. So we definitely got the message. But we didn't detect it? Or is the Ibis Cly... Oh, the Ibis Cly is eating us. That's the other problem. Cool. All right, so now we are tracking our active nickname. Woo! Yeah. Technically speaking, they should be reordered, but we're just gonna leave them here. Well. Oh, yeah, that would actually go first. Okay. Oh, reply welcome was at the end. Cool. I don't know why the gutter's all messed up, but all right, whatever. So this should work as intended still. Yep, cool. All right, like I said, this is just temporary to test that code. We don't have a good way to do it. We should maybe output Nick was changed to blah 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 or something, right? But we don't have that right now. That's okay. And then in client, we want to come up here. Get rid of this. All right. Yeah, we reordered all those. It's fine. We added the active Nick property. Ding, 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 ding. All right, that seems to be working fine. I was gonna maybe add some more notes in there about capabilities and stuff, but we'll see. All right, this looks all right. Actually, what else do we have in here since the? Oh, okay. Right, we went to 0.11 because of this. Okay. Oh, okay, and I need to rebase that. Oh, shit, I think I added the version stuff in here. All right, that's fine. I'll have to pull it out, but it's okay. Yeah, we're right here. Div nick. Track the nickname that the server says we have. Will be required for required to implement automatic nick collision changing. Automatically changing nicks on collisions. Sure. This isn't a bugs close, but we're going to reference it. It was 47. Do. 3742. Missing done. Used ibis cli some temporary code to verify that the property was set during registration and when a/nick was set. Also called in the terminals. Oh shit, we have a memory leak. And now it's gone. Laws220, thank you for the Prime subscription. Greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the emotes, and be sure to check out the officially unofficial Pidgin Discord, where, among other things, we have a sub-only channel where we sometimes talk about things that'll happen in stream before they do. $7.42, right? Refresh. So that memory leak, it wouldn't have been much, but if you're running a bunch of IRC accounts, you might notice it. But either way, we got it. It's cool. All right, I like it. Let's go. Then created so we can track our current nick, so we can determine which nicks to use when or during a collision. Sure, we can put this in progress now. We'll put an open pull request on it. I don't think we're going to do the next part tonight. We'll save that for another day. Let's go over here. Let's merge this one. Oh, cool. But we can't do 3739 yet because it depends on 3738. But we can do 3741. For clean. Pull minus U, CD build. 3741. Ninja Turtles. There's a few more things we want to get in Burb, so we're not going to be releasing Burb 0.3 yet. That'll wait for another time. We did get the macros in there, right? I'm sure, yes. Okay. So I was working on Hassle too, and I'm trying to get Hassle 0.4 out, but it's stuck in review right now. But I've started working on stuff for Hassle 0.5, so I'm doing too much. Is the problem. Verb 8. Merged in ENV, what is this default? Okay. What else do we have? Burb assert type, Burb string object. Expect stream is going to take forever. Read line is going to take forever. Filter list model I'd like to get done, but there's some more stuff for that. But that's okay. All right. All right, that's it. I think we're gonna call it here. I'm getting tired. Like I said, I got a call in 10 hours, and I'd like to unwind a bit before I go to sleep. So let's see. Sure. We're gonna rate Quantum Apprentice. It's been a minute since we rated him. He's apparently writing a movie trivia game or something. So yeah. And yeah, thank you, Robotic Head, for coming out and hanging around. That's cool. All right, so thank you everyone for coming by tonight. If you don't want to join the raid, you can go ahead and hit cancel above the chat. Otherwise, there's nothing else you need to do. In the meantime, be sure to follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. And if you'd like to find out when I'm going to be streaming other times, you can find links to all my social media right over here. And I do post on Mastodon when I'm going to be going live. So you can follow there and get notifications. Or you can join us on the official and unofficial Discord right over here as well. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming by tonight. I may or may not be on during the weekend. I don't know. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we'll catch you on Monday otherwise. So have a good one. Thanks, everyone, for coming by, and adios.